Hello viewers, in today's class we are going to discuss the concept of independent events in probability, right? So let us first take the definition of independent events. If the probability of occurrence of an event E is not affected by the occurrence of the event F, or if the occurrence of event F is not affected by occurrence of event E, then events E and F are called independent events, right? Suppose we have a random experiment and let E and F be two events, right? Be two events. Now if the occurrence of E, right, uh, is independent of the occurrence of F, or the occurrence of F is independent of the occurrence of the event E, then the two events E and F are known as independent events, right? So whenever we talk of independent events, then we say that the probability of occurrence of one event is not affected by the occurrence of the event, the second event, right? So we have seen that the conditional probability of the event E when F has already happened is equal to the probability of E and F divided by the probability of happening of event F, right? Similarly, the conditional probability of the event F when E has already happened is equal to the probability of happening of event E and F divided by the probability of happening of event E, right? So in conditional probability we have these two results. Now when E and F are independent events, right? Independent events, then the conditional probability of E when F has already happened should be equal to P of E. It means E and F are independent events, then it doesn't matter that whether F has happened or not happened, the conditional probability of E is equal to the probability of happening of event E, right? Similarly, the conditional probability of F when E has already happened is simply equal to the probability of happening of event F. So whenever E and F, the two events are independent events, then the conditional probability is equal to the probability of the event. So P of E slash F is equal to P of E, and similarly P of F by E is equal to P of F, right? So if we use these two results in these two formula, then we see that the conditional probability of E is equal to P of E, right? Because P of E by F is equal to P of E, so this results become it reduces to P of E intersection F divided by P of F, and if we take PF to this side, we get P of E intersection F is equal to P of E multiplied P of F, right? Similarly, when the conditional probability of F is replaced by the probability of F here, then this result becomes P of F is equal to P of E intersection F divided by P of E. Taking this P of E, that is probability of E, to this side, we get P of E intersection F is equal to P of E times P of F, right? So we have obtained a very important result, that whenever E and F are two independent events, then the probability of occurrence of E and F, right? The probability of occurrence of E and F is equal to the product of the probabilities of occurrence of event E and event F. And similarly, we have the same result, P of E intersection F is equal to P of E times P of F, right? So two events are said to be independent events when the probability of the event E intersection F is equal to the product of the individual probabilities of happening of event E and F, right? So let us take some examples and solve some questions based on independent events. Now let us take this important problem. So here the probability of A of hitting a target is 4 by 5 and that of B is 2 by 3. They both fire at the target. Find the probability that. Now here we have 7 problems, right? So we have to find the probability that only A will hit the target, only B will hit the target, any one of them will hit the target, both of them will hit the target, or both of them will not hit the target, at least one of them will hit the target, or at most one of them will hit the target, right? So let us solve these problems. So here we have two persons, A and B, and the probability of hitting the target is given, and let us say P of A, that is probability of A hitting the target is 4 by 5, and P of B, that is probability of hitting the target by B, is given as 2 by 3, right? Now then we have PA complement. It means the probability of A not hitting the target is given by 1 minus P of A, and PB complement is given by the probability of B not hitting the target is given by 1 minus P of B, right? So PA complement is given by 1 minus P of A, which is 4 by 5. So we have 5 ones are 5 minus 4, that is 1 by 5. And here B complement is given by 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 over 3. Now and let us take the first part, right? So here we are given we have to find that the probability that only A will hit the target, right? So here we see that the events A and B are independent events, right? Because the probability of A hitting the target is independent of the probability of B hitting the target, right? So A and B are independent events. So only A will hit the target. So it will be represented by only A will hit the target, means we have to find the probability of A intersection B complement, right? It means the person A will hit the target and the person B will not hit the target. So we have to find P of A intersection B complement. So we know that when A and B are independent events, then A and B complement are also independent events, right? Independent events. And we know that two events are said to be independent events when P E intersection F is equal to P of E times P of F, right? So P of A intersection B complement is given by P of A times P of B complement. So P of A is 4 by 5 and P of B complement is given by 1 by 3. So we have 4 by 15. So this is the required probability, right? Now let us take the second problem. So here we have to find the probability that only B will hit the target. So this would be represented by PA complement intersection B, right? So A complement intersection B means that only B will hit the target and A will not hit the target. So again we know that if A and B are independent events, then A complement and B are also independent events, right? So again applying this rule to this set, so we have P of A complement multiplied P of B. So P of A complement is given by 1 by 5 and P of B is given by 2 by 3. So this is 2 by 15. So only B will hit the target. The probability is 2 by 15. Now let us take the third case. Here we have to find the probability that any one of them will hit the target, right? So any one of them will hit the target means either A will hit the target or B will hit the target, right? So the required probability is given by P A complement intersection B plus P A intersection B complement. So it means any one of them will hit the target. So here this is not A and this is B. So here A will not hit the target but B will. Similarly here A will hit the target and B will not hit the target. So we have P A complement intersection B plus P A intersection B complement. So this is P A complement times PB plus P of A times P of B complement, right? So P A complement is given by 1 by 5 and P of B is given by 2 by 3 and P of A is given by 4 by 5 and P of B complement is given by 1 by 3. So this is 2 by 15 plus 4 by 15, right? So this is 2 plus 4 over 15, that is 6 over 15. So this is 3 2s are 3 5s are. So 2 by 5 is the probability that any one of them will hit the target. Now let us take the fourth part. Here we have to find the probability that both of them will hit the target, right? So here we have to find the probability that both of them will hit the target, right? So it means we have to find P of A intersection B. Now A and B are independent events, so we have P of A times P of B, and P of A is 4 by 5 and P of B is 2 by 3. So we have 4 2s are 8 over 15, right? So both of them will hit the target. The required probability is 8 by 15. So let us take the fifth part. Both of them will not hit the target, right? So here we have to find that both of them will not hit the target. It means we have to find the probability of A complement intersection B complement, right? And we know that if A and B are independent events, then A complement and B complement are also independent events. So A and B, when A and B are independent events, they follow this rule. And when A complement and B complement are also independent events, then these two events will also follow this rule. So P A complement intersection B complement is given by P A complement times P of B complement, right? So P of A complement is 1 by 5. P of A complement means the probability of A not hitting the target, and P of B complement means probability of B not hitting the target. So here we have P of A complement is 1 by 5, P of B complement is 1 by 3. So we have 1 over 15. So this is the required probability. Now let us take this sixth part. Here we have to find the probability that at least one of them will hit the target, right? So at least one of them, whenever we have to find at least one of them hit the target, then we'll apply the rule 1 minus P A complement times P B complement, right? So for at least case, we will apply 1 minus P A complement multiplied P of B complement. So we have 1 minus the probability of A not hitting the target is 1 by 5, and probability of B not hitting the target is 1 by 3. So we have 1 minus 1 over 15. So this is 15 minus 1 over 15, that is 14 over 15. So this is the required probability that at least one of them will hit the target, right? Now let us take the last part. So here we have to find the probability that at most one of them will hit the target, right? So at most one of them will hit the target is given by this probability. So we'll have either only A will hit the target plus only B will hit the target, or plus we'll have that both of them will not hit the target. Both of them will not hit the target. So whenever we have to find the case of at most one of them will hit the target, then we'll take these three terms, right? So here only A will hit the target and B will not hit the target, right? Here only B will hit the target and A will not hit the target, and in the third case we'll have both of them will not hit the target, right? So whenever we take only A, then we have PA intersection B complement. Here we have only B, so we'll have A complement intersection B, and both of them will not hit the target. It means we have to take A complement intersection B complement, right? So the probability that at most one of them will hit the target is the sum of these three probabilities: only A, only B, and both of them will not hit the target. So we have already calculated that only A will hit the target is given by 4 by 15, and only B will hit the target is given by 2 by 15, and both of them will not hit the target is given by 1 over 15, right? We have already calculated these probabilities. So adding these three numbers, we have 4 plus 2 plus 1 over 15. So we have 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7 over 15. So the probability that at most one of them will hit the target will be given by 7 over 15. So this is how we solve this problem.